everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you how I do my hair with henna. I know I've done some of these videos before, but I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm actually going to be cutting my hair, I'm going to be lightening the ends, and then I'm going to be putting henna over top of all of that. So this is the final result. You'll see some before shots in a minute, but yeah, so I've been doing my hair for the last 8 years. 8 years I've done my hair myself. Almost 9. It's been since I was like 16 years old. I've been doing my hair all by myself, cutting it, coloring it. You know, I just decided that I wanted to do it myself, and so I've been doing it ever since, and it's always turned out really great. So anyway, I'm gonna get into this video and show you how I achieve this look, long layered hair, just at home, just cutting it myself, using some different techniques that I picked up and then coloring it. So yeah, a disclaimer before all of this, I am not a hairdresser. If you are one, please click away from this video. I'm sure this will be cringe fest the whole time. So just don't even watch, because I'm sure that I don't do a lot of things properly. I did pick up these techniques from watching people and friends and people I know who are hairdressers, but I'm not one. So I'm not an expert in this. Also, I use my same White Mountain Natural Henna hair color as always. It's my absolute favorite. You can definitely pick this up if you want to try it. You can get it online. I can get it at my local health food store. If you do buy online, you can use the code TORI, it's just my name, T-O-R-I, as a discount code, and you can get 20% off your order if you do order from Light Mountain's website. And I also want to disclaim that they do not recommend bleaching with henna in combination, before, after, whatever. You know, they just recommend using henna and not doing bleach or chemical dyes and stuff. So I did lighten my hair using some bleach products. So, you know, again, this is up to you if you want to do this, if you want to take the chance and do it on yourself. I have confidence myself to do this, and it works out pretty well every time. So yeah, again, you know, just know that I may be suggesting and doing things that are different than what the companies would suggest and what the products recommend to do. So again, everything at your own risk, but if you're willing to take the shot, you could end up with hair like this. So hey, it might be worth it. Okay, well, enjoy the video. Let me know if you have any questions, and yeah, let's get into how I got this look. Let's go.
Everybody, so hi, it's me. What's up? Hello. Okay, stop me, thanks. All right, so I'm just showing you what my hair looks like before in this. This is just my natural hair, natural texture. As you can see, it's kind of wavy, kind of straight. I probably just washed it and just, like, you know, slept on it, because honestly I do that. I know, I'm sorry, it's bad. Don't at me, okay? So you see how it's kind of straggly at the bottom? That's mainly what I'm wanting to get rid of, and then adding in some layers. So I'm going to show you how I do that now, starting with the cut, okay? That's how we're going to start this whole thing. Obviously, that's the way you should do it, okay? Just follow my instructions. I'm right, okay? So just separate your hair. I start with the bottom layer because I like to get off the dead ends and the weird stuff at the bottom that is just not looking cute, you know what I mean? So I start with kind of leveling out the bottom, getting it to a length that I like, getting off the dead ends, and either making it like a straight line at the bottom, or a V, or a curve, or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? You know how girls, they have their long hair, it's like a V cut in the back, or it's a round cut in the back, or whatever. I'm going for a more like straight across kind of cut. So I got my scissors here, and I'm just getting that bottom layer to where I want to trim off, I don't know, an inch, maybe an inch and a half. You'll see I kind of pull it down, measure it a few times. Listen, make sure you get it right before you make the first cut. There we go, the first cut. Okay, sorry. I'm just point cutting it here. Find out where you want to cut it. You see I cut off like an inch or so, and then I kind of point cut, which means pointing your scissors, the tip, into the bottom of the hair to kind of feather it. Here, I'll show you a little bit closer right here. Oh, look at my good point cutting skills. Wow, so amazing. So I'm just, sorry, that was such a joke. Putting the scissors, pointing them at the bottom hairline just to soften the edge, right? So that it's not just like a blunt, harsh cut, okay? So making sure that it looks just about even, and then we're gonna move on, okay? I think I'm gonna pull down the second layer here and, you know, just make sure that I line it up with the very bottom, okay? After I make sure, yep, looks good, good, okay. Now, I'm just getting a little bit more of the bottom layer here to even it out, again, cutting off those ends. And I'm using that first layer I did a minute ago as a guide. You'll see right here, see on the left side there, see that little bit that's shorter? So that's gonna be my guide. And I'm sign languaging something to you there. Okay. I'm telling you that, you know, if you tilt your head a different way, you'll get a different outcome. Okay, so I'm using that original cut as a guide. And then if you point your chin up, you're gonna get a more straight across cut in the back. If you point your chin down, you're gonna get a more curved cut. That's what I was motioning a second ago. I'm not crazy. I'm just telling you that the angle of which you put your head is gonna affect the outcome in the back, okay? So just point cutting again. As you see, I'm just leveling it all out. And there we go. I feel good about it, you know, double check everything. And now we're actually gonna get into some of the layers, I think, okay? So I'm probably gonna just make sure that this is all a little bit even. So I'm gonna bring everything to the front, you know, look at my hair, make sure it looks good, everything looks even. You can see, look how soft that edge looks down there now. Wow, makes such a difference. Just 1 inch, wow, makes a big difference. So I'm doing the same thing as before, just kind of making sure that none of the top layers are any longer than what I've just cut. And yeah, just trimming it. Oh, sneeze there. Okay. Just trimming it, okay? So it was just a tiny bit from those top layers, but now I've got the base, okay? So now I've got the basic trim. I haven't gotten into any layers yet. I've just trimmed the bottom, okay? So we start there and then we work our way up, you know, just start from the bottom. Now we're here. Oh, okay, sorry. So now I'm gonna section my hair into 1 inch little strips from the front to the back, okay? This is just how I do it. There are different ways to do your layers, but I find that this works best for me, although you're gonna see I'm struggling in this video because my hair's like too long for my arms, my short little arms. So I'm like reaching up there, but you're just gonna pull that 1 inch section taut and then bring it down and cut it however much you want. If you want really steep layers, you can cut off a lot more. I cut off probably 2.5 inches there. And again, like at the beginning, we're gonna use that first cut as a guide, okay? So you use that first cut as your guide, you add in more sections one at a time. You know, I do like 1 inch at a time or whatever, and just add in little by little and kind of measure it up to that first one, okay? And that's gonna give you even stacked layers all the way down, okay? So I'm looking at it, making sure I find my guide, making sure that I've got the hair pulled straight up. See, I needed to pull a piece from the beginning so I could make sure I found the guide. Okay, now I know where I'm at. So I'm gonna take that guide and I'm gonna cut. Always point cutting to soften the edge, okay? I'm gonna do that every single time, you're gonna see that. So then the next section, and we're just gonna progressively do this all the way down, okay? Listen guys, this is not gonna be a perfect cut. I know you guys are gonna look at me and gonna be like, you're not even making sure the lines are perfect, you're not doing whatever. But it's not supposed to be perfect. I mean, even if you go to a hairdresser, it's not gonna be perfect. I'm not saying they're not gonna do a better job than me or a better job than you. At home, they are. But, you know, it's never gonna be perfect, right? So what you're doing is you're just wanting to get a good layered, stacked look. So that's what I'm getting here, okay? So I'm making sure everything looks good here in this clip. And then you're gonna see in a second, I'm gonna pull up that section. And I do this, after I do like inch by inch, I do this thing where I kind of do a triangle. You see here from my ear to the back of my head, kind of to that crown section there. And then I use that section and I just kind of trim that whole piece because it's usually a small amount. See that small little snippet there that I'm about to cut off? Just a little bit, and then I trim it, okay? And then we're basically done with that side for the most part for now. So we've got some nice stacked layers kind of in there, and we still have the length. See, you'll notice I'm not taking a whole lot off. It looks like there's probably not much even being cut, but that's what I want. I want my hair to still look thick, okay? I don't want to take too much off and thin it out too much. So now I'm moving to the opposite side from the one I just started on, and what I'm gonna do is take a guide, as you see right there, from the first side, and I'm going to use that guide to help me start on the second side. I'm not going to show you the whole second side again. I'm just showing you how I start by using a guide from the first side. And I'm going to go that whole second side the same way I just now did the first, okay? So just do it the same, proceed the same way, and you'll be good, okay? So now I'm kind of checking everything out. Yeah, it looks pretty good, honestly. Look, everything looks soft. We've got some nice layers in there, you know, looking really cute, if I do say so myself. But I'm not done, okay? We gotta see, first of all, this is important. How does it look in the ponytail? What do you think? How does it look? You've got to do the pony check. If you're not doing the pony check, I don't know what you're doing, because I don't know about you, but I keep my hair in a ponytail like 50% of the time, okay? You know, these layers are cute when it's down, but let's be real. We don't wear our hair down 100% of the time. I don't. If you do, you're amazing. So go girl. But anyway, now I'm moving on to the front because I want to make sure that I get some good layers around the front of my face. I like to kind of have something framing my face if I'm going for a layered look. Which is obviously what we're going for in this video. So not quite bangs, but I'm framing it. So I'm pulling that section, as you saw, that little triangle section close to my face, and then just picking a place where I want to start the tapering, okay? And as you see, I just start and then I taper it. I angle the scissors down and just taper it down, okay? And I continue a little bit more to the ear there, and then I stop. And now I'm gonna switch, do it on the other side, but you see that gives me a little bit of kind of layering pieciness in the front there that will kind of frame my face when I straighten it or curl it up or whatever I do, or just leave it natural. It'll at least be something kind of giving some more body. It's lighter, shorter around my face there. If I put my hair up, I can bring those pieces down. So use that first piece as a guide for the second side. You'll see I go back and kind of trim more on this. Oh, and I had to switch hands to make it easier. But you use, again, same thing. Use the first side as a guide and a starting point for the second side. Always start with less. I take off more in a minute from that section, but that's fine. It's always good to start with less because, girl, you cannot put it back on, okay? So don't kid yourself. Start with less, then take off more if you need to, okay? So don't go wild in the beginning. Just be conservative. So see, I'm kind of looking at it there, and I'm like, okay, that could go a little shorter to be a little more even with the other side. So I'm going to take my scissors and get a little bit more, take a little bit more off from there, okay? So once I get it to a place where I like it and I'm content, then yeah, I just kind of move on. I'm going to add a few more layers in just a minute, I think, because I decided that I just want a little bit more lift in the top and in the back of my hair. So I'm sectioning off that top section one more time. And we're not gonna go all the way down this time. I just wanna take a little bit more off the top, okay? This is optional here, but I like to do it because on that very top layer, that top section, it gives me some pieces that really are lifted above the bulk and the rest of my hair. And like I mentioned earlier, the reason I don't take this all the way down and cut this shorter at the very top and then match it all the way down the sides and the back of my hair is because I want my hair to feel full and thick. You know, I don't want it to be too thin. So I just do this very top section, and you see I take that section from the front of my head all the way to the back so that some of those pieces will fall in the back as well. And then I just bring it down, find my guide, and then cut off a little bit more there, just so that I've got some pieces that when, you know, my hair's down, it will just lift a little bit more, give a little more texture, a little more volume on the top and in the back, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much the cut done. We're done. Woo! Okay, so now this is, of course, not styled, not colored. We haven't done anything else yet, but this is just the cut, okay? This is my hair natural, but you can see, look how much more like fluffy and soft and nice it looks. You know, it doesn't look as scraggly as it did in the beginning because we got all those dead ends off and we gave it a little bit more lift, you know? So I think it looks great. We're gonna move on, okay? So now we're gonna do the highlights, okay? I've got my nice little crepe. Oh man, a crepe sounds so good. Oh, look at me. I'm doing a good job cleaning up my mess. Girl, clean your mess up, okay? Sweeping up my hair. Clean as you go. It makes it easier for you once you're done, okay? So again, starting from the bottom. Now we're here, okay? So for the lightening, I'm not gonna be super, detailed about what kind of lightening product I'm using. Just research, pick a lightening product. I just picked a natural, I'm doing quotes, finger quotes, natural lightening product. It is bleach based, of course. That's really the only way to lighten your hair that I know of. You can't lighten your hair with henna, unfortunately. But you'll see the technique I'm using as I'm showing you right here. I'm doing kind of is it balayage, blah, 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 blah. I don't know exactly how you say that, whatever. But I'm just kind of lightening the ends, and I'll kind of take you through my whole process right here. So as you see, I did the very bottom layer, and I'll show you again here. I just take the lightening product, I take the bleach, and I blend it into the very ends of my hair, okay? I just blend it in, I take the brush, and I put it flat against, and I blend it in thick to the bottom, okay? Then, as I go up, I blend it in vertically. I turn the brush vertically to blend up so that it is like soft and there's not like a harsh line that goes from darker to lighter in the hair. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So it's flat there, and then I turn it vertical and blend it up, okay? And that just gives you a soft line and a soft transition, okay? So I'm gonna show you, a little bit more here. Again, blending thick into the bottom, okay? Because I want it to be lighter at the bottom. And now I'm showing you in detail here. See how it's vertical and I'm brushing up? Okay, don't at me. I know it's like not perfect and it looks kind of messy, but that's not the point. The point is that it's blended and it's not super thick and saturated at the top of where you're lightening it, okay? You're doing it vertical, and then at the bottom, you're doing it flat and you're packing on the color at the bottom because that's where you want it to be the lightest and you want it to blend at the top. Does that make sense? Okay, well, just if you need to watch this part over and over again, just do it because, it may take a little bit of practice, but essentially you'll eventually get the hang of it. It's really not that difficult, and it usually turns out great, okay? You'll see that later. Okay, so as I move up in layers, you see I started at the very base of my head with a small section of hair. As I move up the layers, I increase the length of hair that I lighten. That's just my preference. You don't have to do that. You can really do it any way that you want, girl, okay? This is your hair. There are no rules. That's your business, okay? So just decide how much of it you want to be light. If you want to go up further than what I'm doing, you can do that too, okay? But I'm just showing you how I'm doing it here. And it's the same way all the way around. I do the whole bottom of my hair, and you'll see the results later, and you'll see kind of why I do it this way. Because, of course, I'm using a bleach product, and I don't necessarily want to put that on my scalp. You could do that. That is your preference. Again, that's your business. Do whatever you want to do. But I like to do the ends because it gives me these bright, colorful ends without putting the bleach directly onto my skin, because I know in the past I've had really bad headaches and stuff, and I can tell that there's an association with that. So I just try to avoid it. So anyways, just decide how much you want your lightening to go up, put your foils on, and look, we're done. Woo! Okay, so let that set for the recommended amount of time, and then come back, check it. That's what I'm doing right here in this clip. You're gonna see that I'm opening up, I'm checking it. It's hard to see on camera, but I'm just kind of like spreading the hair apart and seeing if I feel like it's lightened enough. You can leave it on longer if you want it to lighten more, or whatever. That's up to you. So just check it, make sure you start at the lowest amount of recommended time for the product that you're using, and then go up. The kind of bleach that I'm using here, I'm not doing a very insane lightening effect, just a light one, okay? So that's just my personal preference. So now we're moving on to henna. I've washed out the bleach, and you do want to do your henna with freshly washed hair. I'm not going to go over all the details of the henna here, but you can watch my complete guide to henna video. And y'all, I'm planning to do an updated complete guide to henna video because it's been a couple of years since I did the last one. But I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm doing here. Of course, using my essential oils. In this one, I'm using frankincense and lavender. It's kind of like my favorite combo, especially in the diffuser. So anyways, your girl lets her roots grow out way too long. So that's where I'm starting right now. I'm just lazy, y'all. You know, my hair grows kind of fast, and 2 months and I got 4 inches of growth, and I'm just like not having it. So, you know, eventually I get around to it. So I start out with my roots, of course. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm gonna go over and do all of my roots. Oh, put your gloves on. Don't forget, your hands will get really stained. Put those things on, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna finish my roots, and I just section it as you see, small thin sections. Take the brush and just apply the henna liberally to your roots, okay? It will stain your scalp orange. It goes away after a couple of washes. Listen, don't worry. It's what it takes to be beautiful, okay? And to be natural. So just go for it, you'll be fine. Also, if you scrub it really good after the first time, it really won't stain that bad. But yeah, so just apply it to the roots really well. Try not to get it on your forehead. And yeah, then you'll be good. You get your roots all colored. Oh, here we go. I've got my roots done. Okay, so now I'm not gonna look crazy with my grown out roots. But, so remember, we lightened earlier. Now I'm gonna apply henna to the ends. And you might be asking me, Tori, why are you applying henna to the ends after you just lightened it? I thought like we were lighting the ends for a reason. Yes, we are. You're gonna see that in a minute. Okay, I lighten the ends so that when I apply the henna, it is brighter and gets brighter and, you know, more vibrant and red towards the end. Okay, it's all in my design. Okay, trust the process. So I apply it all through the ends where I have just, you know, lightened the hair, because I want that to be a very bright and vibrant red. Okay, so it's gonna look different than, you know, the main portion of my hair and the roots really, because it's been lightened, it's been brightened. So it's gonna be a much brighter red, and you'll see that in just a little bit. So apply it to all the ends, leave it on for a while. I usually leave my henna on for 4 to 8 hours probably, just because it does, I can tell a difference. It really helps strengthen my hair and makes it softer and conditioned, but that's up to you. Again, read the directions, follow those. So this is the next morning. I slept on my henna, washed it out in the morning, I blow dried it, so now I'm a fluffy red hair named Lioness girl. Okay. Yes, so this is the result. You see what I'm talking about? See how much brighter it is at the ends? Wow. You didn't think it made a big difference when we lightened it, but girl, it did, okay? Look at that. See how bright? I'm trying to show you the difference right here of how it's a deeper red there in the center, brighter at the ends. Oh, man, I just love the way that looks. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I don't know about you, I just think it looks great. I love the bright red, it's my fave. Okay, this is how you achieve it, okay? Now ready? Ooh, transformation. Wow, she's beautiful. She's lovely. She's CoverGirl. No, she's not CoverGirl. We don't sponsor them. We don't like them. I'm just kidding. No haters here. We love you all. I love everybody's heart. Okay, but yeah, this is what it looks like styled. I'm sorry, I'm so crazy right now. It's really late. But yes, I hope you guys like this video. Y'all, just give me a thumbs up, okay? Give your girl a thumbs up. You're not even gonna believe this. This was a year ago that I filmed this. I am just editing this video, but finally, okay? And look at these gorgeous results. Okay, I'm showing you in the natural daylight because it really does make a difference. It's just incredible the results you can get with henna, okay? I'm such a believer. I know you guys know this. I tell you about it all the time. Try henna, okay? You know, look for my details in the description box. Use a discount code. Try it. You are gonna love it, okay? So yeah, subscribe. I'm gonna post more videos. Hopefully do a new complete guide to henna. You know, like the video, whatever. Ask me for suggestions. You know, ask me questions, whatever. We'll do it all. Okay, thanks. Good night. Goodbye. Love you all. Okay, I don't really know how to end this, but yeah. Okay, bye.